What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for hanging out with me again. Today's video is going to be my review on the brand Merit Beauty, which is a clean brand over at Sephora, which is very exciting. I'm really pumped to see more and more brands and products that are clean label, so that's exciting. I'm gonna give you guys my honest thoughts of this brand and the products. I only have 2 products to talk about today. A big thank you to Merit for sending me over some products to try out and give my honest thoughts. And even though they did gift me a few products, these are gonna be my honest thoughts. I'm gonna share everything honestly, as I always do. And hopefully this will add value to you if you've been kind of looking at the brand and wanting to decide if you wanted to spend your dollars to check it out. Hopefully my thoughts will help you a good decision. So that is what we are going to do today. Also, side note, you guys, go over to my TikTok if you want to see the reason why I have curly hair. This is my natural hair. I'm on a natural hair journey, which is like a big deal to me. You can go find the whole story on my TikTok, but yeah, this is my curly hair. I have hung up my extensions. So we are embracing the God-given curls. All right, without further ado, let's go. I'm gonna go and do some prep real quick on my face, prime, and then I'm gonna talk about really quickly the 2 products from Merit. Okay, I actually have quite a few thoughts that I have been jotting down over the last few months that I've been playing with this brand, but I'm gonna go in real quick with the Great Skin Serum. This is a beautiful serum, especially if you have a foundation that you love, but maybe you need a little bit more glow or a little bit more slip and slide. It's a beautiful serum to add into a foundation. So I'm gonna add this to my face. Everything is primed and ready to go. So let's quickly talk about what these 2 products are. This is their Flush Balm in the shade Persimmon, and then these 2 foundation sticks or complexion sticks, it's called the Minimalist. And so the idea behind this is that they're easy products to kind of take along with you. You don't need a whole step and routine. You can kind of get it done with this foundation stick. They also have a highlighter stick and a contour stick. So it's really designed to be meant for easy on the go, kind of get it done and out the door. Hence the name, the Minimalist. You don't need 1,000 steps like I usually do. You see it a lot on my channel where I'll go in with like 1,000,000 steps. This is designed for the person maybe who is really, really busy, who doesn't like a lot of makeup on their face. They kind of just need a little something. And so I do like the idea behind the marketing of this. Geared, I think it's great for mature skin, those people who don't want to put in a full base and a whole full coverage foundation moment. I really do think it is a good system for those who are kind of just, you know, the minimalist. I also think it's really great for those who are just getting into makeup. Maybe you have a teenager who wants to dabble into the world of beauty. And so getting something like this, I love that it's clean. This is really easy makeup for that kind of a person. So I love who this is geared for. I will say this is not geared for people who are kind of like me, who enjoy a full coverage moment, who enjoy the process of building up, who enjoy adding a lot of layers to their makeup routine. I think because it is such a minimalistic approach to makeup, those who are used to full coverage or maybe want to, you know, cover up some blemishes or some acne spots, I don't think you're going to get it done with this because it is very, very sheer light coverage. Or if you're a makeup enthusiast who just really enjoys the beauty and artistry of makeup, this might not be geared for you. Does not mean that it is not a good product. I just think that it really is catered and niched to a specific consumer. So I wanted to make that clear. It's not for everybody, but those who it is geared for, I do think you are really going to enjoy it. I have 2 shades here that they sent me. I have one in camel and one in khaki, and I'm gonna be honest, neither of these shades will work for me today for a foundation. They are extremely light. I've kind of had to go back and forth with them to figure out, and unfortunately, neither of these shades will work for foundation. But let's just talk quickly about the packaging. A+ for packaging, beautiful component. I love that Merit has added more product into their component. I think when they first launched, there was not a whole lot of product for the price, and I think they've since added more product. So I do think for a clean brand, the price is right for these. Unfortunately, the shades will not work for a foundation. I'll swatch them on my face for you so you can kind of see what we're working with. Let me scoot you in. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. You'll be able to kind of see what the coverage looks like. I went in with 3 swipes in the shade Camel, and this is gonna be 3 swipes with the shade Khaki. They do look pretty similar. Khaki is a little dark. I'm gonna go in with 1 swipe on this side so you can see what this will look like. This is Camel, and then this is Khaki. And so the difference in coverage is not a whole lot. I mean, it's not the most coverage. Once you kind of shear this out, you're gonna see that it does disperse quite a bit. You're not gonna get full coverage with this. You can build it up a little bit, but you're not gonna get full coverage by any means with these sticks. However, I'm gonna show you what it looks like blended out on this side, going in with a sponge. So it is creamy. It's not as creamy as you would think. The formula is really beautiful, but you do kind of have to work it in. I kind of was expecting it to be a little bit more creamy, but you do have to put a little bit of elbow grease in there to kind of blend it out. But once it's blended, I mean, it's nice. It is giving a light coverage over here. Let me go in on this side with a damp sponge and just blend that in. This was 3 coats. And again, very light coverage once it is blended out. I've seen a lot of people kind of use this with another foundation. I think that it can work for a few people. However, it kind of, in my opinion, defeats the whole purpose of what it's marketed for, which is the minimalist. I think if you're having to go in because you want more full coverage with another foundation, in my opinion, it just kind of defeats the whole purpose. Like I said, this is really geared for the person who doesn't want a whole lot of steps. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Khaki because these are versatile and they are multi-use. You can actually use this for a concealer. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this off now. And I'm going to apply another foundation on my face and use this because I'm going to show you how this works as a concealer. I'm just going to go in very quickly with another foundation, and that way you can kind of see what it can look like with a full face of makeup. I'm not going to use a full coverage foundation at all, but I do want to show you what this can look like if you use it for a concealer. I just put on a light wash of foundation. I'm gonna go in with the shade Khaki for a concealer, and I love the packaging of these. I will say it is so convenient to be able to easily get into those spots. I think if you are using it for a foundation, adding a few stripes will get the job done. But for a concealer, this is actually really convenient packaging, or if you wanna, highlight down your nose, it is really nice for that purpose. I'm gonna go in with a sponge on this side, and then I'll use a brush on the other side. And like I said, it does need a little bit of elbow grease to kind of shear it out and blend it out. While it's creamy, it's not as emollient as you would think. So that's what that looks like blended out. Like again, a very light coverage. If you have really dark circles, you're probably gonna need to go in with a color corrector or just, go in with a few more coats of this. Let's see what it looks like with a brush. And I'm just gonna kind of pat all of this in. And again, this is actually even too light for me for a concealer, but I did want to show you what this can do for your under eye area. So that's what this looks like. When I look up close in the mirror, it is extremely lightweight, very light coverage. I'm still seeing my dark circles poking out. This is geared for the person who doesn't really need or want a whole lot of steps or a whole lot of coverage. So typically a person who's okay with having those dark circles showing, but wants a little bit of something to get out the door, you're probably going to enjoy this. I personally need a lot more coverage and enjoy that. So I do think that the formula is okay. I just, like I said, prefer a little bit more. Let's move on to the blush. This is their Flush Balm in the shade Persimmon. This is a beautiful shade. The color of this is great. I think if you have that deeper skin, more warm tone, you're really gonna enjoy the shade of this. A lot of people I'm seeing are going in directly. Personally, as I've been playing with this, I haven't figured out how to best use this, but I'm gonna show you on both sides two different options. You can go in directly, which a lot of people are doing. They kind of just press that in there. I will say I have noticed that, I don't know if you can see, but it does pick up your foundation when you go into this. This is a balm consistency, so it is by nature going to look a little bit more wet. So just keep that in mind. It may pick up your foundation. I also have found that while I enjoy the beautiful flush that it gives, because it is a balm, it can tend to accentuate my texture right over here. However, if you're looking for that kind of beauty, natural glow, kind of, you know, flushed from within, I think you're actually going to really enjoy this. So that's what that looks like on this side. You can see that it is quite wet in my opinion, and gives a good amount of glow. I'm going to try to build this up and go back in so you can see what it looks like if you layer. Beautiful color. And I'm just pressing that in. Again, you can kind of see where it's picked up that foundation, now making a lot of my imperfections show even more. So again, if you're used to full coverage, I don't know how you're gonna feel about this. That is what that looks like. And then I'm gonna show you, you can go directly in with a brush and then just put that on to your cheeks directly with a brush. And both give about the same kind of payoff. This one will pick up your foundation less. And that is what that looks like. My thoughts about this as I've played with it a little bit, I love the convenience. I love the packaging of this. I love the color. I think it's fantastic. The formula, in my opinion, and this is not a Merit thing, this is actually a me thing with a lot of blush bombs. In my opinion, they just don't work for me. I feel like I have a little bit too much texture for this to work and actually sit on my skin nicely. I've actually used this with multiple different foundations underneath, and it kind of just muddies me out a little bit. Again, this is a blush bomb thing in general. Any brand does this to me, where I kind of just end up looking a little bit muddied. I don't feel like that color payoff lasts, and I just kind of end up feeling a little bit heavy and greasy by the end of the day. And it does end up seeping into my pores. So for that reason, this is not something that I'm gonna find myself gravitating to really at all, but I do think there is a beautiful market for this. I'm just not part of that niche. I will say, however, because this is so multi-use, this is beautiful on my lips. I've actually been using this as kind of a hit of color on my lips. Look how pretty this is. It gives like my lips, but better. And I love that it's so hydrating. I've actually been using this on my lips. I keep it in my little bag. I keep it in my purse, and when I'm out the door and I need a little something, I will throw that in. I will say, for the price, and since I'm not a market that will probably use this, I don't see myself reaching for something even like this to use on my lips, just because I think that there's other products that I would gravitate for. But if you are a girl who is very minimalistic, who doesn't like a lot of steps, who clean makeup is really, really important to you, you're gonna love these. You really will, because the formula is great. If you have more mature skin and you don't have a whole lot of things that you're trying to cover up, you're gonna love this. If you're a teenager just kind of getting into makeup, this is really, really kind of foolproof. I think you're really gonna enjoy this. So with that being said, that is my review on Merit. I hope this was valuable. I hope my perspective helped you out. I think it's a great brand and a great product. Love this serum. I think it's fantastic. And again, for those of you who this is more geared towards, you're going to really enjoy this. So with that being said, we're gonna land right here. I hope this video was valuable, and that is that. All right, you guys, God bless you. I can't wait to see you in my next video.